So you think you have an idea. So you think we've come up with some big idea that's going to change the world, like we learned, probably like Facebook. So you think you have an idea that is going to make great new business. What are the things that every entrepreneur needs to think about after that Iruka movement? And before you begin to invest time and effort inside it, because let me not tell you a lie, you invest time, you invest effort inside it. Without investment, you cannot get any return or reward. You're going to have to put a lot into it to turn it into reality. I think there are a number of questions you should ask yourself. And I speak from three perspectives here. Professionally, I've been privileged, like the bio says, to be part of a process that invests in companies. Personally, my wife and I have invested in companies. I have also advised people who have invested in companies. Strange coincidence of life. One of the banking institutions I worked invested in a company that my wife and I also invested in. And one day we met at the board meeting after I had left that banking institution. Couple of questions. What really is a good idea? Frankly, is my idea any good? How will my idea catch the eye of an investor? Because one of my mantras in life is that cash is king. The Bible says money answereth all things. If you have a good idea and there's no cash to make it a reality, it's dead on arrival. What then makes the investor decide that your idea is worth investing in? You will get to a point where you're going to have to work with people. When you get there, that's what we call collaboration or partnership. What are you going to have to let go? So I'll just attempt to answer these questions and more during the course of this short paper. Before we go on, don't look at anybody. Look at yourself. That's your idea. If it wasn't your own, the truth, if your best friend, BC, came to tell you, would you really buy the idea? Or are you sentimentally attached because it's your idea? It's a question only you can answer. It demands a great deal of honesty. Somebody told me the year I qualified as an accountant many, many years ago. He said, Kayode, I said, sir. He said, well, you know, a professional is like a professor. I'm like, no, please, don't go down that road. Professor? Ha! He said, well, if a professional doesn't remain current, he will be irrelevant. So I'm always learning. And I believe you are here because you also want to learn. So what really is a good idea? Does this idea meet a fundamental need? Is it easy to use? Those of you who are into IT, you know there are some applications, in fact, when you start, you just pack it aside somewhere. I don't have power for this thing, leave it alone. Is it easy to use? Is it affordable after including a profit margin? Please, let's get this right. This is not a social services dispensation talk. It's a profited thing. Once you put your cost and add a margin, can people afford it? The reality is this. Even when there was no recession, you don't hold board meetings or family meetings to invest 10 naira. But if it's a significant amount, there will be a lot of consideration. Do you have the right ecosystem in place? That means you have a process, that can keep delivering this, your service or your product, on a repeatable and sustainable process or platform. Gala has been in the market for more than 50 years. They must have some serious process. There's some products at every Malam shop, you will see them there. How did they get there? One of the things that investors, use to make their decisions, is there a potential to make a return? We'll shortly listen to 2 videos. They may be based in the US, but I want you to pick out some of the things that are said in the videos. What are the potentials for return? There's something they call scalability. Scalability, that one big grammar. It means, can we start it small and keep growing it until it grows bigger and bigger and bigger? And if there's recession, can we cut back a little bit, adjust ourselves, and when things boom again, grow? Any business that's not scalable is a problem. What is the exit potential? Please don't deceive yourself. The investor does not love you for life. They love you for a time. If I sound very hard and cynical, I'm barely sharing with you from different sides where I've worn the cap. And I want you to listen carefully to this. A major thing investors look out for is what I call the head and the heart. Listen to me. I schooled a lot in Nigeria and I schooled some parts abroad. I can see everybody writing. I told my wife, any presenter that's what is sought must always have things that are cogent, that are not what is written down. Otherwise, you're like those lecturers when I was in school, very boring. How come you'll be writing your note? What is there writing the note? When I speak to you, first of all, I want to see that your head has facts that can back up this your idea. Secondly, I want to see that your heart is inside it. That's what they call conviction. People invest in conviction. Many of us were not convicted about anything. We're very Q sera sera. If it happens, it happens. That is what real investors put their trust in. Conviction. You're doing it. I know that some people will be asking, this video, they were showing us people abroad. Let me quickly tell you. And by the way, I did not know this before. I just checked Google as I got into this place. Funding sources for Africa and Nigeria. I got 4. 1, Tony Elumelu Enterprise Foundation. 2, there's a place called 88 miles per hour. 3, there's a place called Seed Stars. In fact, those people just put 330,000 into Simple Pay in Nigeria. 4, there's a successful startup idea by Total. That's like the business, winning a business plan idea that one of the speakers spoke about. Then there's also a company called Fletch. By the way, when I checked on the internet, they had 13, I just picked 5.